Wolfman here for Barefoot Bushcraft. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I'm here today with Loco, a 4-year-old Malamute cross, and we're here to talk to you today about the contents of the dog pack. Every time I take Loco or one of the other guys out in the woods that I have, I ensure that I always make sure they have a pack on to carry supplies and stuff. So let's get into the pack and what makes it up, some of the contents that may be good for you and your dog in your pack. So this here is a component pack that is a MOLLE compatible platform. So it has this MOLLE piece at the back, and then it has these big huge pouches, and the pouches go on, you can see the edge of the pack platform right there, and they go on you know, with MOLLE strapping, very common in most military applications today. So that's the pack that he uses. I'll put the link and description of this pack down below in case you need to have one for your dog. But past that, let's get on to the actual pack itself and the contents of what's in it. All right, so here's the pack off the dog. You want to make sure, no matter what you do with your dog pack, that you never put more than 20% of your dog's weight into a pack. The reason for that is obviously long term you will injure your dog, and you don't want to injure your dog by making him or her carry way too much weight. So again, Loco is about 150 pounds. For someone like that, you're not going to put more than 20 to 25 pounds in your pack itself. So I have cool things on the back of his pack just because I like to have patches. I've got, of course, a Barefoot Bushcraft patch, we have a Canada patch, and an Ask to Pet patch. You can put anything you want on it, I guess. You can put on, like, you know, if you visit different provincial or state parks, you can put parks patches on it. Right here I have a whistle. This is obviously not for the dog to blow, but the ideology behind this is if the dog gets loose and wanders off and someone in the distance hears me calling, "Loco, Loco, come here," they can take this whistle and they can blow it, letting me know where the dog is located. So that's one cool thing. That's why I have that in there. You want to make sure your pack is weighted equally on both sides. Obviously, if your pack looks like this on your dog, you're going to cause back and hip and joint problems with your dog. So always ensure whatever you have on this side weighs the same as you do on this side. So when I open it up, first thing I have is I'll always carry a spare leash in the pack, just because in case something ever happens to this one, it breaks or he eats it, and that happens from time to time, I've got a spare, right? Plus, past that, water bladder, very important. So I have two 1-liter water bladders, one on each side in this pack. Again, weighting is very, very important. He can't tell me if this pack is if it weighs too much, or if it's not weighted or it doesn't fit right. So we have two water bladders, one on each side. I'll also carry in here an extra collar, right? That way, in case somehow he breaks his clasp or whatever happens on his pack, I've got an extra collar in there, right? I will always carry extra dog treats in here for him, and the reason we do that is, you know, because he's a good boy and he deserves lots of treats. So we'll give him this one right here, right now. He can have this as soon as I can manage to fight with it and get the label off. Because he's a good boy, he can have himself a treat right there. The other thing I will carry in it is, of course, something to put the water in. So I'm really big on these. I love these collapsible bowls. Love them very, very much. Because I hike with multiple dogs, I will usually carry 2 of these plastic bowls. They're not very heavy. You can get them off AliExpress, off Amazon, off eBay, wherever your favorite shop is. Sometimes local places will sell them, like your local pet stores, if you, not that I don't enjoy buying local, but I like that they're collapsible, so they're really good. It gets stored in the side pouches of the pack, so that they're on there for him anytime he needs them. Past that, you know, I always carry this material here. This is called vet wrap. Vet wrap is very, very important to carry. It is a self-adhesive tape. It is got a high content of latex. So if you were allergic to latex, I would recommend you not carrying this. We can make another video on the use of vet wrap and pet bandaging and things like that, but I do carry it in there. As well, if I sprain an ankle or one of my hiking parties sprains an ankle, this stuff is really good for that. We'll save that for another time. So I do carry a knife pouch in here. Usually it's on my hip, but if I have a backpack on, I don't want it on my hip, so I will put it in here with the dog. Just make sure, obviously, when you have a knife, if you're putting a knife in your dog pouch, make sure that it is a folding blade knife, right? You would never want to put a fixed blade in here in case it comes out of its sheath or whatever. Obviously, you could hurt your dog. So I have a folding knife sheath. I have an extra a set of tools in here. So I have my Leatherman. Again, just in case I lose mine or whatever, I have my Leatherman tool in here, and most importantly, one of the very, very important things, almost as much as the treats for the dog, is to make sure that I have a ferro rod fire starter. And of course I've got ferro rod fire starter right there. So the reason you want to keep spare kit like this in your dog pouch is, what if you get separated from your pack, right? So for some reason I set it down, or I lose mine or whatever, now I've got like a full fire starting kit system built right into my dog's pack, right? And it's not that much heavy for him. So that's it. I don't, you know, I've hiked the entire Bruce Trail end to end. That was like a 4-month, 850-kilometer hike. The only thing I packed different for the dog that I had and took with me at the time was I put the dog's sleeping bag in one side. But other than that, it's exactly the same. I mean, really, what does your dog need to carry with them other than, you know, water and food, right? For longer trips, like I say, if my dog has his own dedicated sleeping bag, I will put the dog sleeping bag on top because it's light, and of course dry dog kibble on one side and water on the other, right? So you'd kind of have to measure it out as best as you can to see that this water bladder on this side weighs as much as the dry kibble on that side, right? Or like I say, when it's warm out, I will often take 2 bladders of water, because I'm usually hiking with a bunch of dogs. But yeah, so that's kind of it. That's all I carry in my dog pack. Whistle for in case the dog gets away for whatever reason. People can signal me. The other thing I would probably carry in this pack, depending on if I'm hiking on BLM land or where there's hunters, is I would carry a big, large orange bandana. And I would actually, what I do is I usually clip it to here so the bandana covers the top of the pack, so he has some signal orange on him. I just happen to like olive drab. It's my favorite color, so that's why most of my kit, and of course my dogs don't have a choice, so they get the kit that I buy for them. But yeah, I would add some orange to this. So that's basically it in a nutshell of what you carry in your dog pack. By far not as exciting and as comfortable and as large and as much as equipment as we carry for us, right? The stoves and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so that's it for your dog pack. That's what we carry in it. Nothing unusual or special, just stuff to make your dog comfortable, and most importantly, every little bit of weight that your dog carries, you don't have to. And I find my dogs drink a significant amount of water on the trail. So rather than taking my water out of my pack, I will take the water out of the dog pack. So that's that. So I want to thank you so much for tuning into this video. I'm the Wolfman here for Barefoot Bushcraft. I want to thank you so much, wishing you a somber Remembrance Day, as this was filmed on November 11th, 2020. Please consider subscribing.